Hey all. Hey, I just want to talk about this guitar for a minute. The Rocky. Can you see Rocky on the Rocky Strat. Got this a couple of years ago. It is a made in Mexico Strat that somebody had done up as a George Harrison Rocky Strat replica. Did a pretty good job on it, I have to say. But this, of course, this is not one of the Fender custom shop ones that sell for 25 grand. I got this before those came out, and now I see these, even Mexican-made ones. I see Squire ones that people convert, Fender USA ones that people convert, Mexican ones. But I got this for $400 about 200 years ago, and then when Fender came out with their version, all of these sort of shot up in price, so you're not likely to find a made in Mexico Rocky Strat replica for $400 now, but that's what I paid for it. They did a pretty good job. The only thing I've done was when I got it, they did the pickguard just like George did, and just painted it up, and didn't seal it or lacquer over it. In fact, I've heard stories of George's real one where a lot of the glitter and stuff has come off over the years because it's just exposed to the air on the surface of the pickguard. So the one thing I did was I took all the stuff off and I just sealed. I sprayed some sealant over this to seal in all the stuff that's on the pickguard. But other than that, haven't really done anything to it. Although I did take all the springs out, so there's no springs in this floating bridge, and for me that helped with intonation. For one, because I never use a whammy bar to begin with, and two, I didn't want to block it off permanently because somebody else will own this eventually and they may very well want to use that. So I just took them all out and I have it done up without any play in the bridge. So it's kind of like it's blocked off, but I didn't actually block it. It does the, it's your usual strat tone. The weird thing is the middle position on the 5 switches, on the 5 selector, I never use that. In fact, if it were up to me, I'd probably only use the neck pickup. But does your usual typical. Now the pickups are just whatever came standard in a made in Mexico Strat. I think this, maybe the guitar itself is five years old. Somewhere around there. So not one of the new. I don't think they were doing the Player series then. This was probably. In fact, I'm pretty sure this was right before that, because this is the old style Mexican bridge, which as a replica probably works better because that's closer to the specs that would have been on a vintage Strat, which is to say, it doesn't stay in tune as well as a modern bridge, and not as well as the bridge you'd get on a Player series Strat, but. Does it well. It's got the rosewood neck. If it were up to me, I would. If it were up to me, George and John would have had maple fretboards because that's what I prefer. But as a replica, I can live with the rosewood. It just sounds a little bit brighter to me on a with a maple board, but that's probably just my imagination. I don't know that there's a huge tonal difference. You probably have your own opinions on that. Got decent tuners on it too, which were replaced from the Mexican ones. So just a, really, when you get down to it, just a decent Mexican-made Strat that looks like a $25,000 Fender custom shop guitar. And then, unfortunately, I don't know who did the work on it. I have no idea. But this is actually, I've looked at pictures of, I've seen pictures of George's, and I looked at them pretty closely. But this one looks a lot better than some of the sort of handmade replicas that I see. Some of them just don't get the colors quite right. This looks pretty true to the colors, to me. I don't know if the camera's getting it because the sun is shining in here and stuff. but looks like pretty close to the colors. Because I see some of them, they're a little bit too day glow on the colors, and George's always looked a little bit more muted to me, and not those sort of phosphorescent colors. But yeah, I like it. It's a decent one. I kind of use it for Hendrix stuff when I'm just sitting around jamming, that kind of thing. But a good, honest, made in Mexico Rocky Strat replica. I'm gonna say, I don't know, 2016-ish, somewhere around there, before the Player Series, whenever that the new Player Series came along. I like it. I'm gonna keep it. A good one. Good luck.